What's up, giggly witches? We are back
We're
with
back.
whatever number episode this is. We don't know.
We don't know.
We
We have
don't
no
know.
idea what's going on.
No. I did. If we weren't recording today, I wouldn't know what day of the week it was. Like
We've
that's
both been busy little bees
yeah.
and we're both very tired and a
So
little
sleepy, but
overwhelmed.
I'm a little I woke up like this genuinely. It's 5 o'clock. We're recording.
I just
I
woke up
just
from a
put
nap,
some makeup on.
so
That was it.
I had to take a nap. I was like, you know what? We're gonna do a 20-minute timer like back in
Yeah.
college. We're gonna get up. We're gonna do
Get a
this.
little night time in.
We are so excited to talk about Cleopatra, Queen,
Yeah.
Pharaoh, Cleopatra
Yes.
today. But before we do that, one, we have an announcement, and then two, we have to have silly goofy time, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
So our announcement is, well, you may have noticed the episodes are coming out less often, and you might have been wondering what's going on. We're really busy and we're
Yeah.
really overwhelmed.
I'm so
So
sleepy.
yeah, so we love doing Giggly Witches, but we're gonna go on, I guess, hiatus. We don't know if we'll come back. No promises, to be quite honest. We'll see. We'll see in the future. But this has been just like the best
So
project for the
fun.
past like year and some change.
Yeah.
And Pam and I were talking, we'll definitely do like maybe some Instagram lives together or like little events. So make sure you're following both of us.
Yes.
At Velvet Snake Oracle is Pam, and I am Sadie Olson. We're both most active on Instagram, but if you're a
Hmm.
TikTok girly, TikTok witch, we're there too. Same handles. So you can just, stay connected, know when we each have stuff going on. Pam's doing readings, I'm doing
Hmm.
mentorship. And then, maybe we'll do some like full moon lives or something. So
Yeah.
just stay in touch and maybe we'll have a future project together. We'll see. But it's just Giggly Witch has had its time and it's time to take a break and work on some new things. So
Yes.
that's our announcement.
Yeah.
We're very grateful for all of you Giggly Witches.
We really are. It's been a lot of fun.
It has. It has. So Pam, you got some silly goofies for us today?
Kind of, and it's a little weird that I'm talking about this in silly goofy time.
Okay.
So, well, okay, I'm really excited. Sadie just had her birthday last week, so I'm really excited to hear about all your birthday
Yes.
festivities. But first, we're gonna talk about my step grandma that just died.
It's not funny. It's just a funny way to deliver that. But first,
Um, she was a character of a woman, and that's like
mm,
the best way I can describe her. Um, but she was basically like the only grandparent that I ever really had. My both of my dad's parents and my mom's mom died way before I was born. And then my grandpa, my mom's dad, died in 2007, I
oh wow.
believe. So I was only like in seventh grade, I think.
Yeah,
So I
you're
was really
young.
young.
Yeah.
And they lived in Florida and we were in New York. So we also kind of, it wasn't like I was like seeing him all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Um, and growing up, he never really like talked to my mom or my aunt anyway. So I don't really know that
Mm,
much about him. So it was just like kind of in a weird way, it was kind of really cool being able to like go through all of like Linda had all of my grandpa's stuff still.
wow.
So it was really cool like going through all of his like photos. Like there were like photos from like when he was in the Korean War and like it was like
Wow.
he hand wrote like descriptions of everything on the back of them. So that was
Oh, I
really
have
cool to like
chills.
see
Wow.
his handwriting and to like
Yeah.
experience that like through his
Yeah.
eyes, like literally because they're
Like
his
literally
photos.
firsthand account. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Wow.
and just like all of this like all of these photos from him and my grandma's like honeymoon of like my grandma was like she was a hot grandma
Oh yeah.
and she like I think my grandpa used he must have used like 3 full rolls of film just on like my grandma
He
and
was
like
like,
in
"I'm the
her
hottest
and
wife, dude. I gotta
literally,
like."
and this is like, in the 60s, and she's like wearing a bikini, and they're like at the hotel pool, and she's the only
Yeah,
woman wearing a bikini. And it's like, it was,
obsessed.
yeah, I'll have to show you
That's so
photos.
cool. Yeah, I want to
But
see.
it was just like really, really cool because like my grandma died when my mom was 3 and my aunt was 10 months old. So like we have like no information basically on her because
Yeah,
anyway, but
just happened. Yeah, so young.
so it was just like really cool to like see
Wow.
all these things about her
Yeah,
and like my
you were doing
grandpa.
like ancestor work this weekend.
Really, it was really, really cool. And I like
Wow.
brought so much stuff
I
home
was
to
gonna
put
say, did you
on
grab
my
stuff so you
ancestors.
could?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Um, and Linda had this like really cool like teacup, like China teacup to collection that I took home. They're like really old. I like looked some of them up. They're like some of them are from like the like 1800s and like
Wow.
they're
That'll be
they're
perfect for like little offerings like tea,
yes,
coffee,
that's exactly what I was
wine.
thinking.
Oh
I
my
like
God, that's
all of
so
this like
cool.
really cool stuff. So not necessarily like silly goofy, but just like
Yeah.
really, really cool. And then it was also just like really silly going like she was such a hoarder and like she had so much stuff, but like when someone's like space looks really clean?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
watch Friends?
Friends, yeah.
Do you remember Monica's closet where like the whole apartment was really clean and then there was that one closet where like everything spilled out? It was kind of like
Yeah,
that.
I'm a little bit like that. I'm like, it will look pristine, styled, gorgeous out
Yeah.
here, but don't touch any of the
Yeah.
doors in the first
Yeah, it was kind
place.
of like that. So that was really funny because like I literally said to my mom on the phone, I was like, "Well, it shouldn't be too bad. Like it's not like Linda was a hoarder or anything like that." And we get there's
Famous
shit
last
fucking
words.
everywhere. It took, oh my God, there was so she had like 87 pairs of pants. Like
I
it
love that
was
it's like
insane.
87. Oh my
It
God.
was insane. But yeah, it was just really, really cool. There's so much that I went through.
Yeah.
Like all of it is still in my car. I got home last night and I was like, there's not a goddamn chance I'm lifting anything else right
Take a
now.
break. Take a break, honey. Take a break.
Got home at like 6 o'clock after driving home for 4 hours. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
go to bed right now. I actually just checked my sleep app. I slept for 10 hours last night. Um,
Good. I got
but
like normal
oh
sleep
my
all
God,
weekend. I'm still like can't, my eyes are heavy because I just did too many
too much
we both were like, I think we're both
socialization.
like, we love being social, but the social battery runs out pretty quick. And I had
There's
a
a
great
limit.
time all weekend, but like yesterday, but when it was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go by. Like, I did not want to hang around. I was in the city all weekend. I was gone like 2 nights, I wasn't home at all. And I was just like,
Yeah,
I gotta get out of
I need
here.
my own bed again. Yeah.
I need to be on my
Um,
own.
but yeah, it was cool. And then I got to spend time with my mom and my aunt and like
Yeah.
that was great too. So anyways,
Oh,
that's my silly, not really silly because my grandma died kind of thing.
yeah. It's sad, but you got to have a lot of like
Yeah.
fulfilling, sort of
Moments.
wholesome time
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you got to do that, even though it was
Thank you.
exhausting.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Okay, now birthday weekend.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I turned 34 last Friday,
Oh my
August
gosh.
29th. Okay, I had such a good weekend. So, on my birthday, I was like, why don't I do this every day? Because I like made my coffee and I walked to the beach and did my like
Hmm.
journaling and meditation there. And I was like, I live here. I could do this every day. But I have to
Yeah,
tell you, this is
this
this
is
is
across
silly
the street.
goofy. This is silly goofy because as soon as I got there and I started drinking the coffee, I went, "Oh, I know why I don't do
Gotta go
this because now I
potty.
gotta go." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna like," because I usually have 2 cups of coffee every morning. So I'm like, "Okay, I'll have like." Honestly, it's like 3 sips, and it's like, oh, okay. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
I
gotta
just
do the
gotta like
second cup of
wait, and then I
coffee.
could
Yeah,
go
yeah.
do all that stuff at the beach still. But it was so
Yeah.
nice. I like kind of like naturally woke up super early, so this the sun was already up, but it was like still rising, and the beach was full of all those really like healthy, active
Hmm.
people. It
Oh my God, yeah.
was, I
That
was
are
like, wow,
always
you guys
running
are
on the
always out here,
beach.
probably, huh? and it was still a little chilly, and so I had like my like hoodie on, and yeah, I just had a really nice time. I always do this thing where whatever age I was and whatever age I'm turning, I do like so this year it was 33 things I'm grateful for from the past year, and then I do 34 things I'm grateful for from the year ahead. So it's my little like manifestation ritual.
Yeah.
I need to start doing this in like one notebook for the years to come, or like put it in my Notion or something, because I
Yeah.
could not find from
To
last
look
year.
back on.
But I do specifically remember that because like last year on my birthday, I set the intention. I was like, I do want a home base again. That was one of the reasons I like went to visit St. Augustine with Pam, because that was a place that I was like considering. And then I was also considering Mexico, Mexico City, which I would totally live there. But I was also considering there. I was also like kind of considering Medellin, because a lot of like expats live there, whatever. So that was kind of like my intention while traveling this year, past year, was to figure that out. But I always kind of felt like I never wanted to admit it to myself. And I thought like, oh, like I'm so used to living so cheap that I'm gonna have to live in a different country, because that's my like
Yeah.
that's my vibe now. I'm like, you can do so much more with so much less. This is so great, you know? So
Seriously.
in my head, I was like, oh, I would love to live in my old neighborhood in Redondo, by myself, but like, oh, that doesn't feel realistic, which is so interesting because I'm usually so easily delusional, but that I was stuck on. I was like, there's no way,
Yeah.
you know? Uh, um, so it's funny. And then I kind of, and this is part of manifesting, some of it, you just gotta kind of like let it float off into the wind. And then I was traveling, I was having fun. I wasn't really feeling like a pull anymore to like scramble to find where's the home base gonna be. And then I came back here to watch my ex's cats, and then the apartment opened up, and I got more work, and I was like, oh shit. And then I remembered that on my birthday this year I was like, I scripted that. That was
I
one of the
did that.
things, and I wanted it to be here ideally. I just didn't, I was like, oh, probably somewhere like Mexico or something where my dollar goes farther. Nope, I'm here. It's all working out. So that was really cool to remember that, and that's why I like to do that every year. I've done that for I think like 5 years now. And then I just had like a nice little beach day. But then the most exciting thing, Pam, I don't know if you saw this because you were so busy. I don't know if you saw
I didn't,
stories and
I
stuff.
wasn't on it's no, my screen time
It
was
was,
like
I
two
have,
hours every single day. I wasn't on the
I
internet at
did the
all.
biggest thing. I got myself a car for my birthday.
Wow, what an adult thing to do.
I've
That's so
never bought a car
exciting.
before. Like I've
Oh, you
always
bought
like,
it.
I bought it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I've never bought
exciting.
a
How
car
do we
before.
feel?
I feel like a brand new woman. I feel like I can do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, like free because you can like drive around now.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
I bought, it's really cute. It's a 2018 Jeep Renegade. It's
Cute.
so cute. It's silver. So I got to pick it up on my birthday. Like I bought it a couple days earlier. I got to go pick it up on my birthday and drive it all birthday weekend. And this was the most fun part. So I bought it from Carvana, and when you go pick it up, it's in like a car vending machine.
Hmm.
And they give you this big coin to drop in this slot, and then it goes, and it like drops down and it slides
Yeah.
forward. It's so fun and cute. And I love it. It's perfect. And then so I got my car, and then the other, I should have brought it over here. Um, the gentleman I'm dating got me the perfect Sadie gift. He said did such a good job. I was shocked, honestly. I was like, oh, that was really thoughtful, actually. Great job. He got me two things. One hasn't arrived yet, but the first thing was it's in this, it looks like a trunk. It's
Hmm.
a full set of special edition Harry Potter, the Harry Potter
I
series, with
knew
like
you were gonna say that.
beautiful book jackets.
Yeah, that's
I'll send
wild.
you a picture. It's so stunning. And yeah, it's in this like it looks like a trunk, and it has like stickers to slap on it that are like like Azkaban, Hogsmeade. You know, like you visited these
Yeah,
places, Diagon Alley.
like passport stamps.
Yeah, to put on the trunk. Like it looks like a trunk that they like take to school or whatever.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna display the books obviously, but then I can use the Harry Potter trunk to like store witch stuff.
stuff in. Yeah.
And then they haven't arrived yet, so I haven't seen them. But he also got me a set of special edition Stephen King books, which is also I
Ooh.
collect Stephen King books. That's like
Yeah.
my thing. Like I always search them out. I like to get used ones in different editions and whatever. So I don't know what those look like yet, but a quote he said they look like they were made for a king. So I don't know.
Okay. Sure.
Said okay, I'm excited. And I don't know which ones yet. I asked, I was like, well, which ones? Which books are they? And he was like, doesn't matter. You have 3 copies of every one you have already. You just like to collect them. I was like, good point.
Got me there.
Yeah, like, you got me there. I want them anyways. So that's really exciting. That was really fun. And
That
then
is really exciting.
we went out to a really nice dinner on Friday night, and then Saturday, I should have brought this over too. Saturday I had like birthday with the girls, and we went thrifting at a flea market, and then we went to the park, and we did these paper, like we got construction paper, and they're like paper cutout self-portraits. So
Okay.
you cut out the layers of, and
Yeah.
you do it kind of like a caricature. Like you pick certain features you want to exaggerate. So I did
Yeah.
like big green eyes and like blush, but you cut everything out and you like glue it. So it's I'll send you a picture of that too. I wish
Yeah.
I had it. So I should have brought that over too. But it was a really fun activity. And then went to dinner, and then went and got some drinks, which was super fun because I don't go out and get drinks ever anymore. So that was just fun. I mean, we went out and got like 3 drinks. But one of the places was this like speakeasy tiki bar, and I love tiki bars, and you had to like figure out where to go and ring the doorbell and get let in
Cute.
and stuff. So it was really
Yeah.
fun. So yeah, it was a really like fun, just like did lots of different stuff. I'm so tired, but it was a perfect birthday weekend.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was super
Love that.
fun. It was super fun. Yeah, I think yeah, that was everything. I had a silly, goofy time. Lots of
Yeah.
laughs, lots of goofing around. It was a great time. Yeah.
Great. You said going out for drinks, and made me this the other day we went out to eat, and we had taken like some of Linda's friends out to eat, kind of to like kind of just like celebrate her or whatever. Everyone's ordering drinks, and I don't drink anymore because my chronic illness, I can't really anymore. So everyone's like, "Oh, like let's get like this gin drink, beer, whatever, wine." And I'm just like, "Can I have a Shirley Temple, please?" But I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? They're so good.
I get
Team
mocktails
Shirley
all the
Temple.
time. I get mocktails all the time when I'm out because sometimes I want like a drink, but I don't want a drink.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Sorry, I
so
keep yawning.
some place like I don't know, at least here in LA, a lot of places have like you can get anything as a mocktail, but they'll
Yes.
have special a part of the menu where there's like 2 or
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
And I did that in Bali a lot too. Like I would get like a virgin mojito or whatever. Like I don't know, it's because sometimes yeah, you don't want to have a drink, but you just want to have like a drink, like
You want something to
the
hold.
ritual of it, something that's like
Yeah.
tastes good and whatever. But now I'm such a lightweight. Like even if I have 1 or 2, I still am like ugh, like Saturday night. I think well, I guess I had like 4, but over a very long period of time, and I'm
Yeah.
still today. I'm like oh, and I didn't feel super sick or anything,
Well,
but it just makes me tired and like ugh, out
yeah.
of it.
Even when we went out, like I was thinking about this, and I was like, that was this year in Nashville,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
feels insane. It feels like that was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah. I
or
did a
like
bunch
when
of
we went
birthday
to
recap posts, and I was like, in the past year, we did St. Augustine and Nashville together. That's
yeah.
so cool.
But
Within the
even
year,
in
not
St.
like
Augustine,
2025, but
when we went out, both of us were like, okay, that's it.
oh my God, when we went to that martini bar, and I was drunk after half of the martini, and then there was still more martini in the
Like 4
shaker,
more
and I was like,
martinis.
how do people drink these? This is crazy. That's why I never get martinis because they're too strong. It's just drinking
They're so
it's
strong.
just sipping on straight alcohol, basically.
And they
That
give
was
you
like
this so at this place it's called the Teeny Martini Bar. It's
it's the
super
biggest
cute.
fucking martini I've ever
Um,
had in my life.
but they give
It's
you
not teeny.
like the shaker.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 or 4 martinis worth of
If you're in St.
alcohol in
Augustine and
there.
you want a cheap date and you do want to be
Yeah,
drunk, go to the. It was
that's the
really
spot.
cute
It's
there.
super cute. It's on the
It
water.
was good.
Yeah.
We just can't drink like that.
Yeah.
I
No.
used to be able to back in the day. If I went to
Back in the
college there, I would
day.
have loved that place.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know. I think about that like so, especially because it was just the summer. I got all in my time hop all like my Warped Tour
Oh
memories
yeah.
popped up. My friend and I on that tour, it was just the two of us. We have this I can't. I like don't know how we survived because we were working out in the sun all day long. I mean, you're super hydrated because we have free water and it's just right there and
Yeah.
everything. We're fed 3 meals a day, so that definitely helped. But we're sitting in the sun all day long and we're working, we're on our feet. It sucks. It's hot. We're on pavement in the middle of August in like
Yeah.
Georgia. It's hot as fuck. But anyways, and then we shower and then you go to the barbecue at night and you're playing flip cup for hours or
Yeah.
you're just like drinking and for hours and then you wake up and you do it the next day. But Kate and
Yeah.
I, just the two of us, we had our own like private stash of like Tito's handles. And
Yep.
at the end of the summer, just the two of us had gone through 7 of them. And I was like, how did we not die? And
I
was
think
never
about
hungover. Not once.
yeah, I used to just go, go, go. I think I don't know if I talked about it here, but I was describing it to someone recently that drinks Red Bull, but where I went to college, I know, disgusting. But I was saying, I was like, I can't because that's the first thing he drinks in the morning is Red Bull. And I was like, I cannot drink Red Bull and not just like my brain is like, oh, we're drunk because I've never drank Red Bull unless it's with vodka, which is fucked up. But in college, we've loved this bar called Chasers. I was out I was partying hard in college. I
Yeah.
worked full time. I was a full-time student and I was out like 4 nights
Work
a
hard,
week. It
play
was
hard.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally survived off of power naps. I like never got full nights of sleep. And I was like, fine. I was like, oh, every living life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
This is
God.
it. This
But
is
at
what you do.
Chasers, you'd order a snorkel. It was called a snorkel. You know, like shotgunning a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a snorkel is you pop the little hole in the bottom of the vodka Red Bull like you're gonna shotgun it, but you
Uh-huh.
pour just a little out, you pour a shot of vodka in there, and then they hand it to you, and then you shotgun a vodka Red Bull.
Oh.
And I used to do like five, six of those a night, and I was fine. And I would also be sipping on drinks.
Oh my
I
God.
was like, if I had one of those now, first of
I'd
all,
be
I'd
out
throw
for
up.
days. Yeah.
Second of all, I would be so drunk. I was like, what chemically was going on in my body that was okay?
I have no idea. Like, I feel like I hit maybe like 26,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know what's happening to me. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah,
Things just
I
went
partied for
downhill from there.
quite a while. I like kind of slowed down and then like after my mom passed it kind of started again because I was
Yeah.
avoiding it, whatever, that's fine. Um and then slowed down again when I moved out to California, but yeah. I would like stay out
Crazy.
till 2 a.m. and then I was the manager at Urban Outfitters and I would go open the store. I'd have to be there at 7 a.m. for us to open at 9. Like, and I would just be fine. I'd get like a
Yeah.
big tub of coffee and I'd be like, yeah, chilling. Go out. We going out tonight? Go home, take a 20-minute nap, get ready, go out again, work again the next. It's
It's
crazy.
insane. I feel like also like once you're in that cycle, I feel like it's kind of easier to keep going.
Yeah.
Like even a few years ago when I was touring, like that was what I was
It's just
doing.
what you do.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was,
Yeah.
working 2 jobs on the tour. So I would finish like loading out merch. At that point, it's like 11:30, midnight. And then I have to go sit down and edit my photos. And I have to
Mm,
shower also at some point. So
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, I would probably not go to bed. And you're drinking and you have to eat something at some point. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
really go to bed on tour until like 3 or 4. And then I would wake up at 8 to make sure that like everything had uploaded and like find a
Yeah.
coffee shop to like
Yeah.
upload to Dropbox and like start my day and then load into the venue for merch and then find the band, start taking photos of them and like
Yeah.
do it every
Crazy.
single day for 7 weeks.
The human body is incredible. And now I go out for a weekend and I'm like, nobody talked to me for 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Love you guys, but I need some quiet time.
For real.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right, let's get into our girl Cleopatra.
Cleo. Oh
I
no,
started, I was
Cleo.
writing Cleo. Oh no. I started writing like because I was writing so many notes. I was handwriting them because I was listening to stuff. So I was like Cleo and like MA, Mark Antony. I was like abbreviating everybody's names after a while because I was like, I can't keep writing these out.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, so Cleopatra, sorry, I feel like that's
Cleo.
disrespectful now. Cleopatra, she was the most powerful and wealthy
Hmm.
ruler of the ancient world. This is crazy, but they say she was worth 100 billion dollars in like today's money. 100 billion. 1 billion is so much.
So much
A
money.
100 billion? That's unfathomable to me. I
Yeah.
can't
You
even.
know in New Girl when Nick is like, that is like whatever number he says, that is like $5,001 bills. That's the only way I can picture it. It's 100 billion $1 bills.
That would,
That would fill my whole house.
yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Insane.
Um, she was also one of the most educated women that ever lived. She
Hmm.
loved to read. She spoke, I believe it was 21 languages, and she was fluent in like 12. I might be like a number or two off on those, but she was incredibly intelligent. She spoke every language. She never used translators because usually she was better at the language than them, and this was very rare. For rulers at this time in ancient Egypt. They all the rule like her family is the Ptolemies. We'll get to that, but they all spoke Greek. They were all Greek Macedonian. I don't really like it was very complicated understanding how they came to rule Egypt, but
Yeah.
they spoke Greek, and it was sort of like they were kind of like uppity about not speaking Egyptian. Like it was on purpose. They were like,
Yeah.
we're like gods and goddesses. We don't speak the people's language. The family that ruled that came before her, but Cleopatra spoke Egyptian. She like loved her people. She wanted to be able to talk directly to them. Um, and she was honestly just good at everything. She was an expert military strategist. She was a genius at trade and diplomacy. She loved her country. She loved her people, and she was, I think, like learning about her, the the biggest like lesson or takeaway is like a truly abundant person um is so open. Like an example of that is whenever there was famine often in ancient Egypt because if the
Right.
Nile didn't flood, whatever. She famously like opened the palaces storehouses where they had more than enough like grain and food because she didn't want anyone to starve, and nobody had done that before her. So she was just very like she was very just loving, and she took care, she cared. And I think this is also an example of like why women make great rulers or great leaders is because of that
Mhm.
empathy. She was like
Yes.
a true mother of Egypt, and her abundant
Yeah.
heart of like sharing and taking care of it, and her genius and strategy and trade and all of these things, it made her be, one of the most powerful and wealthy and turn Egypt into one of the most powerful countries at that time.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know you were gonna keep going.
I can. Trying to pause.
I yeah, I think like I was gonna say what blows my mind, but it's not hard to believe, right? Like
Hmm.
you listen to everything that Sadie just said, and then how do we think of Cleopatra now? Like she was sensual and she was like
Hmm.
she used her womanly devices, I don't know, like
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
gain power.
Her
It's how she's,
magnetism.
oh my God, there's an ant. How did you get up here? Sorry. Where did it come from?
It's a
Um,
mystery.
that's how she's taught to us because women can't be in power
And it's
unless
not
they're devious
really
about
true.
it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
That's not me saying that, that's history.
Yeah, yeah. She's famous for like these iconic relationships that we'll
Mm-hmm.
get into, but at the end of the day, she ruled alone. These
Yes.
men didn't rule by her side. She was like, "You can be here. You can give
Yeah.
me some children."
You can be here. Yeah.
Literally. But she
Yeah.
ruled alone. She
Yeah.
was very like, "This is my throne. This is my country." She really like I think other things we can learn from her are like lessons around like boundaries and staying grounded in who you are and your power because she was with the most powerful men in the world, definitely, because Rome was ruling most of the world at that time. Um, but she was part of it was like that was a strategy to keep her country
Yeah.
safe and have
Yeah.
that alliance. It didn't give it wasn't to get more power. It was like, yeah, so you boys go have fun over there. This
You,
is my land.
you boys go play. Yeah.
You guys have a good time. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I think, oh, sorry, I was like trying to find the word in my notes. Seductress. That's what I was looking for.
Seductress. Yes. She's
And
called
they
a
bewitched.
harlot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Hmm.
bewitched Mark Antony.
Yes. Which I thought this was so cute because so Plutarch is like the dude that was keeping track of history. His accounts are considered like first person accounts and
Yeah.
stuff. I think, excuse me, it was Plutarch that wrote about this. But apparently, Mark Antony had met Cleopatra when they were children because Cleopatra was like traveling with her father and they didn't have any relationship. He like
Yeah.
saw her or met her briefly, but he was like in love with her back then. Like he
I
was
think I
just like,
remember reading that.
and we have a relationship to get to before Mark Antony, but then it was sort of, well, we'll get to that later, but it was sort of the ruler of Rome knew this about Mark Antony that he was gonna fall in love with Cleopatra if they like met, and it was sort of his sneaky way of having a reason to attack Egypt. But that comes later. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. Ancient history. It's been around. I have some like just sort of like family rundown and time frame. Do you have
Yeah.
that?
I think
Or
that
do you
would
want
be
me to run through it?
helpful. You could go through it. I'll chime in.
Okay. So, just spitting some facts real quick. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC, before
Mm-hmm.
Christ. She has two brothers and two sisters. Um, I read that her she's kind of the favorite of her dad. Her
Yeah.
dad's a little bit of a ninny. He's
Yes.
he's
That
really
was
trying to
how he
like
was
suck
described.
up.
Yeah.
He kind of was like sucking up to Rome. He's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
not doing a great job with Egypt.
Yeah.
He was
Kind of
kind of
just like
fucking up the
simping.
economy.
Yeah.
So when he dies, he leaves Egypt to Cleopatra and her little brother Ptolemy the 13th, and they're co-rulers. And Cleopatra's like a teenager. Maybe 16 to 18 years old at this time, and Ptolemy is like 10 or
Mm-hmm.
11 years old. So this is the Ptolemies all marry each other. The brothers and sisters
Yes.
all marry each other. So like her parents were brother and sister, her grandparents were brother and sister. I don't understand how, is it just because people were just not around as long back then they could do this and it didn't have such crazy effects? I was like I was like, how are brother and sister over and over and over again having children? Maybe that's why they're also murderous. Maybe they're this is
Yeah,
a
very
murderous
murderous
family.
family.
Maybe
Yeah,
their genetic mess ups are coming
predisposition.
through
Yeah.
more like rage.
Yeah.
That's my
She was
theory.
also like Cleopatra. I think they said she was really the eighth, but they called her the seventh.
Yeah, I have that written down somewhere, I think. Everybody in the family
It
is
was the
called
same.
Cleopatra or Ptolemy.
Yeah,
They
everyone
all
has
have
the
the
same
same
name.
names.
Yeah.
I
It's
think there's
very
like one
confusing
other
to
name.
read about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. So she does get married to her little brother. They do not consummate their marriage. She does later kill him
Thank
though.
God. Well, yeah.
But so they're her dad dies, they're co-rulers. Her little this is so funny to me if you imagine this. I'm like, I want someone to make this into like a Sopranos style, like really like draw like long
Series.
series because
Yeah.
picture Ptolemy is like 10. Picture a 10-year-old little boy.
Yeah.
He's just been whatever, what do you call it when you're like making someone king and queen, whatever. He's given the throne,
Coronated.
coronated. He's just been coronated with his sister. He's a little 10-year-old boy and he's like, I'm not having this. I rule the throne alone. I'm exiling this bitch.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's 10. What? I've been
I don't
picturing
know.
like my little
Like the
brothers at
biggest
10 being
tantrum.
like, this is my house. Like, and that's just so funny to me. There's like a little 10-year-old little
Like,
boy.
couldn't
Like,
you just be like, okay,
yeah, you like pick him
pick
up
him
by the
up?
scruff and you just hang
Yeah.
him on the you like
On the
hang him by his
door.
shirt, like a little hood on his shirt on the door. So Cleopatra gets exiled.
Hmm.
He exiles her to Syria and she's like 17 or 18. Um, her parents are dead. Her brother has an army and she's like 17 and she's like, I'm not letting this slide.
Yeah.
Also, I picture yourself at 17, okay? Being like, I'm gonna raise an army.
Yeah.
What? I realize 17 is probably like middle-aged at this time in ancient Egypt. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But
um
still,
she raises an army, a
yes.
mercenary army. Um I'm like, what was I doing at 17? I was drinking beer in cornfields. That's what I was doing.
I was, yeah, for
I was
real.
a junior in high school. Um, and these are like thieves and bandits, and like she's just getting these guys together, and she gets 20,000 troops,
Mhm.
and she marches to Egypt, and she's like, "Look, I am like the richest girl in the world. Once we get there, if we win, I can pay you a lot of money." And they're like, "Sick, we'll go."
Sure.
Um, so they're on their way to Egypt, and Julius Caesar is in town,
Yeah.
who is
Just stopped by.
he's hanging around. He was chasing this guy Pompey to Egypt. Um, and yeah, Rome and Egypt are basically the most powerful at this time.
At this time.
Yeah. Um, and Rome does have a lot of political sort of like reigns over Egypt because of the dad kind of like sucking
Hmm.
up to them and everything. So he's there. He stays in the palace. Julius Caesar is like he's been conquering the literal world. He's the militaristic ruler of Rome.
Yeah.
So Cleopatra hears that Julius is there and she's like, this is a guy I need to get on my side to gain my throne back.
Yeah.
Um,
She's
so
very strategic.
She's super strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and Julius he knows that Ptolemy and Cleopatra are supposed to be co-ruling, so he's there and he's like, "Hey man, where's your sister?
Yeah.
This isn't the deal."
Something's missing here.
Um, so so yeah, he's like, "No, I had her exiled, you know." And then Cleopatra doesn't want to co-rule either, so she's gonna come in and she's gonna like exile her brother back, you know, or kill him.
Yeah.
Um, so she knows Julius Caesar, if he were to intervene, he could get her throne back. But Ptolemy, he's got this city blocked off. She cannot get in. He knows, you know, he's not gonna let her get anywhere near the palace. There's no way. So she hatches a scheme.
Yes.
Pam, do you want to tell us about the scheme she hatched?
Yeah, I don't know how well I can explain it,
Okay, I can
but
chime in.
basically, she's like, I have to sneak my way in
Hmm.
because there's no way I can just like walk through the front door without
Yeah.
being like killed. So she has like some of her men, and they're
Hmm.
like, wait, like I, the book that we read was so confusing to follow. It's
Everyone
it's
raved about this book, and Pam and I are like, what is
fighting for my life trying to
I don't think
remember
I
it.
think maybe neurotypical people can follow that book. I cannot.
I
I
could
don't
not
understand
follow
it
it.
at all.
I couldn't follow it.
But it felt like something a
So,
neurodivergent person would write because it was hopping
yes,
all over
it
the
was all
place,
over
but
the
I could
place.
not follow
So,
it.
so I feel like so much of the information is just like jumbled in my
Yeah.
brain.
I have the bullet points, so
Um,
I can help you. Let me know. But
okay.
you're doing
So
good. She's
basically,
like,
I
so here's what
remember
we're gonna
reading,
do. We're
yeah,
gonna sneak
and
in.
they like wade through a dangerous body of
Swamp.
water,
Yeah.
swamp, yeah.
Yeah.
And
10
then
miles long is what
yes,
I
and it's
yeah.
yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna like cross this stream and then we'll be there. It's like really dangerous. It's essentially like a defense
Yeah.
mechanism for
It's a
like
side of the
the
city that
fortress.
is well protected because there's a
The
swamp there to
swamp
protect it.
protects
Yeah.
it for them.
Yeah.
Um, and basically, was it a carpet?
Yeah,
It's
so
like
she's
carpet
like, she
bedding.
goes to her servants and she's like, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna wrap me up in this rug and
Yes.
you're gonna carry me through the swamp.
Yeah.
And so they wrapped her up, rolled her into a rug, and they put her in a sack. And
Yeah.
then she's just riding in this sack for 10 miles. Someone carrying her. A
Carrying
swamp. Imagine doing that on a regular road, and then imagine yourself like waist deep in water in a swamp. I don't
in
know
a
if it was
swamp
waist
with
deep,
like
but
creatures.
wading through. Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what I actually just learned today is that the Nile crocodile is
Uh-huh.
one of the only animals in the whole world that actively hunts humans.
Remind me to never go to the Nile.
So that's a fun fact. The rest were polar bears, jaguars, and tigers.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
So
But they made it. No
they made
crocodiles.
it. No, they didn't get eaten.
Yes. So they're like, so they get into the palace and they're basically like,
Yeah.
Cleopatra has a gift for you. You know, they're holding on to this sack and they tell Julius Caesar, he's got a lot of guards and stuff because he's a very powerful man. And
Yeah.
they're like, we have a gift for you. And so he's like, okay, cool. Let him in. And
They fall in love.
then the servant unrolls the rug and then she pops out.
Pops up.
And she's like, surprise! No. Um, no,
So it
but
was
think
the
of
first stripper cake ever made. That's where they got the idea, actually.
this scene is very like romanticized. Like, I mean, they say
Yeah.
that she like put on her best, she put on her I can't remember, I think they called it like a diadem, but like she kind of like put on her like head thing that like
Yeah.
signaled that she's a pharaoh and whatever. But I'm like, I'm sorry, girl. This girl just got dragged through a swamp. There's no way she was looking her best.
Yeah.
But she um she gets out and she's like, "Oh, this is my palace. Like you bow to
Yes.
me," which is the most badass thing. She's a
Yeah.
little teenager. Julius Caesar is like 50 and he's the most
Yeah.
powerful man in the world. And she's like, "This is my palace. You bow to me." Please,
Okay.
everybody take notes.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Um, just like this is my palace, you're staying in it. Especially with like, I mean, anyone that pushes your boundaries, right? But like, especially with like dating and stuff, it's just like, be demanding is what I got from that. I'm like, I need to be more demanding. Be nice or
Yeah.
leave.
Stand your ground.
Bow down, bitch. Um, they have this sort of this famous moment.
Right.
And yeah, so the, yeah, he's like 52 and she's like 17 or 18. They do
Gross.
fall in
Yeah.
love. I know her and Mark Antony were definitely in love. I don't know if I'm 100% that they were Julius Caesar and
I
Cleopatra were
think
in love. I think it's
she was,
strategic.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think she was
Um,
like, let's secure this relationship
secure
to help me
this
get
bag.
power. Yeah.
But so they do end up they fall in love. I mean, oh, here's my notes. They're popping all around. Yeah, he like immediately falls in love with her. He helps her with his army. She does regain her throne. Her plan all works
Works.
out for her.
Yeah.
So there's a brief civil war. Her brother drowns in the Nile. Um, she also has a little sister that sides with her brother, so tries to kill her too. She's wants to be Pharaoh too, so she's exiled.
So
The family's
crazy.
just murdering and exiling
Yeah,
each
the
other like
whole
crazy.
family. Like the other book that I read, it literally opens with her mother being murdered. Like everybody in the family
Murder
is
is
murdered.
so
It's
just
the theme.
everyday life.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Um, this is what so yeah, so and this is a big deal in the ceremony where she's getting crowned Pharaoh again after this brief little civil war that he helps her regain the throne. She tells him in front of everybody to bow down to her and he
Mm-hmm.
does. So
Yeah.
that's a really big deal. Um, and she gets pregnant with her first baby. His name's
I
Cesaro.
don't
I
know
don't
how to
know.
say
It's
that. I was
Caesar
gonna
with
have
an
you say
extra one, whatever.
it.
It's Lil Caesar.
Little Caesars. Little Caesar.
Um, but Julius Caesar, he's in love with Cleopatra. He's been in Egypt for a minute, but he does have a family back home. He has a
Mm-hmm.
wife. And this is what I also think is badass because Cleopatra, there's no record of her really like she's not like, please, we're together now. We have a family. Leave your
Yeah.
wife. Come be with me. He's headed back to Rome and she's like, bye.
Bye.
There's no accounts of her
Don't
being
let the door
sad,
hit
grieving
ya. Yeah.
it. She got her baby, she got her throne. Like she's good. She wanted to
Yeah.
rule alone. She didn't want to rule with Caesar. So she's like, great. We have our, connection. We're aligned, like whatever. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, she's like, I'm good. All good. Bye.
Yes.
Thanks for
I
everything,
think
buddy.
the other part that helped her win over Julius Caesar, this again, this book is jumbled in my mind, but
Yeah.
her brother had killed one of the Romans.
Pompey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was like so
That was
Julius
a
Caesar was
no-no.
chasing him,
Yeah.
but and then the brother was like, "Oh, let me do him a favor and I'll kill him." But then
He
it
thought it's what he would have
backfired.
liked.
Yeah, it
Yeah, and he didn't
backfired on
like it.
him. No.
Yeah. Hmm.
So that helped her too.
Yes. So now, she's back. She's got her throne. Um, and she starts ruling on her own and she does, she's doing amazing things. She's turning Egypt into one of the most wealthy, powerful countries in the world. Um, and I think it's important to note she sees herself as Isis, which is a really cool part of her story. So it's not like she worships Isis or she's inspired by Isis. She is like, I am Isis. She's a
Yeah, like the
complete
embodiment.
embodiment of Isis. And I think this is a really cool like thing for us to learn from too of like when we are doing deity work, it's not about us putting them on a pedestal and like bowing down. These goddesses want us to learn to embody the things that they teach us. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about like that, like in Christianity, it's like we're like
Yeah.
God fearing. And I think like the way that like learning about Cleopatra and Isis's connection to me, I was like, that feels like what we're supposed to be doing
Yeah.
is
Yeah. This is a
learning
mutual relationship
even
here.
with Jesus, right? It's like
Yeah.
we talked a lot about Jesus and Mary Magdalene. It's like, no, I'm not meant to like worship Jesus. I'm meant
Yes.
to embody Jesus's love,
Yeah.
embody the things he teaches.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
supposed to see him in myself.
yes. So, she, yeah, and yeah, I wrote like, if we see ourselves as God or if we see ourselves as the goddess, like, how does that change our perspective of how we move through the world, how we treat ourselves, how we allow others to treat us?
Mm-hmm.
I think a really big theme that I kept coming back to and learning these things was like Cleopatra just had, she was boundaries and she was abundance, both of those things.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. What else do I have here?
I know. I have like too many, all my notes are on different pages, and I don't
I
know why
know.
I
I did.
didn't
Oh, they're all
just.
handwritten, but different things, like so I'm like writing different things. Um, let's see. So yeah, so she claimed divinity. So the monarchs of that time, the rulers of that time, they would claim divinity. This was common. They all would. So Isis was who she claimed to be. But she identified with different um, deities at different times. Sometimes she was the embodiment of Venus. That was
Mm.
another common one brought up in
Yeah.
connection to her. Um, like if someone worshipped Venus or Aphrodite, she would, and she wanted to earn favor with them, she would dress as that goddess and
Mhm.
she would claim it. So I think too, it's like, um, we're allowed to like be dynamic and change our mind and reinvent ourselves and one day be Aphrodite and then another day be maybe even a really masculine deity, another day
Yeah.
be Hades. And we're allowed
Yeah.
to sort of play in all of these energies and it doesn't make us inauthentic. It makes us actually like really exploring the full extent of like
Right.
who we
Like,
are.
I think Persephone is a great example of that. Like,
Mm,
as goddess of
hmm.
spring and queen of the underworld. Like,
Yeah,
it's very, very different vibes. But
exactly.
she embodies both of them.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you find your notes?
Okay. Well, mine just kind of jumped then to Cleopatra and Mark Antony
Hmm.
um, after Caesar was killed.
Yes. Let's go
So
there.
then she kind of like aligns herself um, with Mark Antony. I don't know
Hmm.
why I don't have like their meeting in my notes.
I do.
Okay.
Um, okay, so uh Augustus Caesar dies and then Octavian is next
Yes.
up. And so Octavian has, this is important to the drama that ensues. Octavian has his sister Octavia marry Mark Antony, knowing that Mark Antony is gonna fall in love with Cleopatra.
Mhm.
Um, and like I said before, he says that like he saw her as a child and was like instantly in love with her. So okay, this is Plutarch's account of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. So it's considered a first, whatever, person account. So, okay, so Mark Antony is trying to summon Cleopatra. He's writing her letters. He's trying to say, like, come to me, come to me, come to me. And she doesn't go when she's called. She's like, you don't
No.
summon me.
Yeah.
But then she finally does decide to go. Um, and it's I mean, if you watch the Cleopatra movie with Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Taylor.
Taylor.
It's so good. Everyone go watch it after this. But basically she dresses as Isis, and it said that it was not to seduce Mark Antony, but to make an entrance that would emphasize her power and divinity. And I thought that was fucking cool. It's like when we want to like wear makeup and dress up, it doesn't mean it's for the male gaze.
For
It
the
means
notes.
like, look at how fucking beautiful and powerful and divine I am, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. I now bow
um,
down.
yeah. And so she finally comes sailing up the river, and she is the drama. She's got a golden ship with silver oars. She's got these purple sails
Yeah.
that are,
That
are
are,
their perfume.
yes.
She's pumping her perfume out into the wind as she pulls up. And she has music playing, and the oars are going to the beat of the like flutes and drums. I mean, could you imagine
It's
this?
insanely orchestrated.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna come on my own time, and I'm gonna be the drama.
It's
So,
gonna, we're gonna make an entrance here.
and she has her this is so cute. She has her servants dressed up as like
Oh
cupids and
yeah.
sea
Yes.
nymphs. She's so like fun. She's so fun and alive, and like yes, she's this expert military strategist, and yes, she's this like genius who speaks 20 languages, but she's also just like she plays. She's playful.
Yeah.
Like this is like so playful but like powerful, and
Yeah. It's
um
cunningly playful.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so the like the streets like empty out, and everyone's running to come see like Cleopatra come. So obviously Mark Antony hears she's there. And again, he sends an invitation to her, and she's like he's like, come have supper with me. And she's like,
Yeah.
I find it fitter that you come to me. And so he does. And so he goes to dinner on her ship. And it's said to just be incredible and grand and everything. And then the next day he invites her to supper, and she goes, and he really wants to impress Cleopatra. And it said like the literal word was it was awkward because it was not impressive by Cleopatra's standards. But she didn't want him to feel bad. So she just starts like she like jumps up, and she's like, let's drink, and like and they have this
Drink.
like they had a drinking club once they were like established. They just love to drink and party together. And so she kind of like waves away like, oh, this isn't impressive compared to what I did for a dinner party. But
Yeah.
like, let's drink, let's be merry, let's party, let's like shoot the shit. And they have a great time, and they're totally smitten with each other. They're so in love. This is my favorite little fact. I was like, this is how I'll know I met my husband. Mark Antony gifts her a library with over 200,000 volumes in it because he knows she loves to read.
Crazy.
Future husbands of Pam and Sadie, take notes. We would both
Yeah, I
love
want a
this.
library.
This would be perfect for us.
Yeah.
But they were super like rowdy together. They were super in love. They did everything together. Cleopatra would like hunt and fish and like just do all this stuff with the guys, and Mark Antony. Like they just had a ball together. They had a like a really playful, fun love.
Yeah.
But then the drama
It's
comes.
and then the drama. It says also that they met in 41 BC. So now this is 41 BC.
Yes, 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 yes. So
And
next. Oh yeah,
and
go ahead.
while she's making her entrance, with her she brought like a bunch of riches and grain and like her military resources and everything to Mark Antony. Um and that was like a huge support for him and like a
Mhm.
bonus for him and his like strategic alliance kind of thing because he needed that help at the time.
Yes. Yes.
And so he helped her like remain on the throne and
Mm-hmm.
like vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was a really like kind of like an OG power couple
Yeah.
kind
And
of thing. Kind of
like they
thing.
were really in love. They had so much fun together, and it was a very strategic, logical match as well.
Yes.
But if we all recall, Mark Antony is in fact married to Octavia. So we have
Yeah.
a little bit of a problem here. Mark Antony and Cleopatra have 3 children.
Yes.
So Cleopatra has
Alexander,
four
and
children
then
now. Yeah.
Cleopatra again, and
Surprise,
Ptolemy
surprise.
again.
Wow, shocked. Um, I think this is such an interesting thing, backing up to Plutarch's account of the meeting and stuff. He
Uh-huh.
writes this about her. I didn't write the full quote. I put some ellipses in there, but I got all the important parts, all right? Okay, so this is direct. Plutarch says, because Cleopatra is famously like the most beautiful
Right.
woman in like the history of the world. But Plutarch says her actual beauty was not in itself so remarkable. The part I
Yes.
kind of like left out, he basically just says like compared to other women, like not that she was ugly or something, but just that like she didn't stand out in terms of her physical beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But the contact of her presence was bewitching.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure just to hear the sound of her voice. I couldn't write fast enough, but that was kind of, so it was like she was magnetic. It was
Yes.
her energy that made her the
Yeah.
most beautiful woman in history and the most powerful. It was not actually her, it was
Physical
her as a
features. Yeah.
person. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important to know because
So important.
we can be the most magnetic, alluring person in a room, even if we're not the most, conventionally
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. And vice versa.
That,
You can be the most conventionally attractive and also just be like really shitty
yep,
and like be like repel people
yep.
because of like how your energy is.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's an important thing. But yeah, so Mark Antony and Cleopatra, they're like living this life as a couple, as a family. They have 3 children. Um, and Octavius, he's been doing a smear campaign. He's the OG cancel culture
Yeah.
guy on
He's like the
Cleopatra.
Peter of the Mary Magdalene
Yeah, we remember
story for
fucking
Cleo
Peter and
of
fucking Pope
Cleopatra.
Gregory. Yeah, that's I don't know if it's Octavius or Octavian. I think it's Octavian.
Octavia.
Octavian Caesar. So he's
Later
starting
it is.
shit. He's like, Mark Antony has turned his back on Rome.
Yes.
Cleopatra's a harlot.
Yeah.
We need to do something about this.
Yeah.
And he sends his sister to Egypt because he knows that Mark Antony will not leave Cleopatra, and that will give him reason to invade Egypt. So he's like strategizing. He's like, I know how I can fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Octavia, the wife, shows up, and Cleopatra's like, you are not going to meet her. Nope. And he's like, okay, you're the boss. And that's exactly historically accurately how that went.
Word for word.
That's word for word. He was like, okay, you're the boss. So then Rome declares war on
Yeah.
Egypt.
Yes.
And sorry, what is this? Oh. Um they declare war on Egypt. Cleopatra, she's out on the front line. She takes a fleet of her own ships. Her and Mark Antony have their own fleets of ships. They pack them up with a bunch of treasures because they're both like, we will not die in this battle. And if we need to, we will leave together and we will have all of our treasure and we will do that.
Yeah.
They lose. Egypt loses really bad in this battle. They're defeated. And when they come home, though, Cleopatra kind of like, she doesn't want her people to worry or know. So she kind of comes home and she's like, everything's fine. Everything's good. She sort of feigns victory. But Mark Antony, he's super depressed. He's super devastated. And Cleopatra kind of knows they only have so much time before Octavius or Octavian, whatever, is gonna come, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Come on, dude, grow up. We gotta live life before
Yeah.
this is inevitable. He's coming. We're gonna die. Let's live it up." And they kind
Yeah.
of go on this um, just they party. They throw these like lavish parties every night, and
Benders. Yeah.
they're on a bender. They're like whatever. Fuck it. Like this is all we have. So they live it up, but it's like a year before Octavian actually comes. Um, but she was like, "Yeah, we got to do this," because she was like, "I refuse to live a single day under someone else's rule. So if he comes and he takes like I'm out of here. I'm not staying to be ruled by somebody else." Um, and then, oh,
You froze for a second.
sorry, my internet connection. Oh, I think I'm back. Is it okay now?
Yeah, now you're back.
Okay. Um,
Okay, I'm trying to find my notes. Okay, they retreat. This is where we're at. Sorry, my notes also kind of, I like have very poor outline. Um, okay, so basic also at some point Octavian is like he didn't turn his back on Rome. Cleopatra bewitched him, and
yeah,
that's why he's turned his back on Rome. It wasn't on purpose.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just to
And
feed into
then
that, like what Sadie was saying, like that harlot, that
it's all Cleopatra's fault. She's a
seductress.
bad,
Yeah,
bad
she's a
woman.
bad lady.
She's ruining it for everyone.
Yeah.
Um, and then that's the end of my notes until I don't know if you have more before the end. And then I have notes about that, you know.
No, mine kind of just go from that to the end.
Okay, do you wanna
No, I just closed it by
it's
accident.
very dramatic and for Mark Antony and Cleopatra, but pretty badass.
I had too many tabs open and I closed that tab by accident, so sorry.
Oh, well, I'll start with Mark Antony.
Yeah,
So Mark
you're
Antony,
just gonna
so
jump.
Octavian comes. Um, he's coming there to fuck shit up. He's coming there to
Yes.
take the throne, to be like, enough. I'm
Oh
taking
my God,
over."
so sorry.
Um, Mark Antony, he hears that Cleopatra is dead, but this is
Yes,
very Romeo and Juliet coded, actually. I wonder
very
where they got
Romeo
the
and Juliet.
inspiration from. He hears that Cleopatra is dead. He falls on his sword to kill himself.
Yes. Which feels
He
like there's got to be a better way if you're
A
gonna.
less slow, painful death.
Yeah,
I
like
would
what if
what
you like kind
Cleopatra
of
did,
missed?
that I when I read Cleopatra did, I was like, that's what I would do. Just gotta find one of those guys, which we'll get to in a moment. So he falls on his sword. Cleopatra gets there to him before he's dying, but before that, and she's like, "Oh, I have chills thinking about it." This is the account that I read. This could be dramatized, I don't know, but that
Yeah,
she's like devastated. She's like clawing at her like her chest, like peeling like the skin, like scratching herself. She's bleeding, and she's like taking Mark Antony's blood and like putting it on her. She's like, we live together, we die together. That's always their thing, is that like they're gonna
yeah,
die together.
yeah.
So it's like this dramatic thing. And so Mark Antony is dead, and now it's Cleopatra's turn. Cleopatra's turn to die. Do you have your notes? Do you wanna tell that story?
I don't think I'll do it as well as you just.
Oh,
You just.
okay.
But I believe it was wait 30 30 BCE, 30
Mm,
BC. After they've been defeated by Octavian slash Augustus, and future Emperor Augustus.
Hmm.
Um, and one thing that I like read about all of the stories of Cleopatra is that like it's hard to find like real factual accounts except for
Yeah.
Plutarch's, which
Yep.
also always makes me think of the Hunger Games. Um, but so like most sources
Hmm.
say that it's an asp, right? That's how you
Yep.
say it.
An asp.
I
It's
believe
a
it's
snake.
snake, like a cobra.
Hmm.
And it's very, very deadly, very venomous. Not poisonous, venomous. There's difference.
Hmm.
And she had one of those bite her, and
Yeah.
that's how she died. Um,
She like she studied a lot of like medical journals and stuff, and it said that she this is a little fucked up, but it said she would test poisons often on like prisoners. There are mostly people that like had tried to kill her, had tried to kill her children. There's a lot of murdering going on, you know.
so much
um
murdering.
so she would test different poisons, so she like very like mindfully chose like the poison that was like sort of, I guess, like
Fast
the
acting.
easiest and
Yeah.
fast acting. But it said that she's like, you know, crazed over Mark Antony, and she's like, okay. And she like calls for the asp, and she goes and she like takes a bath, and she eats like a really good meal. And then she tells everyone to leave except her two like closest women, like servants that take care of
Right.
her. And the guy comes in like with an asp in a basket like full of figs, and she's like laid out on a bed of gold, and she's dressed in her gown, like her Isis gown.
Mhm.
And the asp bites her, and you can see like apparently the like slithering, it goes out a window. And that's all she had on her was two little bites on her arm. And then Octavius did not, or Octavian, whatever the fuck, he did not want her to kill herself. He wanted to
Right.
conquer her. So he hears this and he's like, fuck, son of a bitch, I knew it. And he
Yeah.
goes, and this is so she was like, if I'm gonna go, if I'm gonna like, I'm choosing how to go. So you know, they go in, and she's laid out on this bed of gold, and she's looks stunning, and she's in her Isis gown, and one of the women is already dead, and then the other woman is like dying, and so they like went with her. But it said, so she had written a letter to Octavian to be sent like to read like as she's
Hmm.
dying. And it said that, so apparently she wrote like, no man will find my tomb.
Yes.
And we still have not found her tomb,
No.
and there are people trying.
Yeah, but the person that has come the closest is a woman.
Oh, is a woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm
And
like,
then
if
she's
a
gotten like
woman finds
really,
it.
really close to it.
She found a tunnel, and she hasn't found the grave yet, or the
No.
tomb, but she feels good about the tunnel situation.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. But yeah, so, and we still
Yeah.
haven't found her. The
No.
magic
But
of the history of
she didn't
Cleopatra.
want, like Sadie said, didn't want to be conquered, and she didn't want to be like paraded around.
That's what would have happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know if everyone's watched Game of Thrones, but that scene with like Cersei where they like make her like they cut off
Shame.
all of her hair, and she's like naked going through the street, and everyone's like yeah, shame, shame, and like spitting and throwing things
Ringing
at her,
bells.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened to Cleopatra if
Yeah.
Octavian would have gotten to her. So she was like, no way. Um, I'm doing this myself. And she also um oh, she sent her children away with, she packed up a ton of treasure for them, and she sent them away with Octavia, her Mark Antony's wife, and Octavia took care of them, and they all went on to, except for her first son with Caesaron, whatever. He went back.
Thought you
Caesar,
said
little Caesar,
I thought you said Caesaroni. That's what I
Caesaroni,
heard.
Mr. Little Caesaroni. He went
And
back
that's
because
how
he
we
heard
got
a
Little
rumor that
Caesars.
he would be crowned, and that's the story of Little Caesar's pizza.
Yeah.
and he got killed, but all of her and Mark Antony's children went on to like live and like rule their own lands, and that part of the story is happy.
That part is happy. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, very, very Romeo and Juliet-esque.
Yes.
Shakespeare just kind of ran with her story,
Yep.
um, with his Cleopatra and Mark Antony play, and then also obviously Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, it
Um,
definitely
he
seems
was like, "This
inspired by
this
the.
works. How much can I milk this for?" Oh, you froze again.
Oh, it's frozen a little bit.
Oh, there
I'm
you are.
frozen. Sorry, I'm
Nope,
frozen.
there you go.
Okay, there I am. I don't know why my
There you are.
internet's
I
says
don't
trying to
know.
reconnect.
It's always like we'll chat beforehand and it's always fine. And then as soon as we start actually recording,
Yeah. Okay, I think it's fine. Well, you're frozen on my screen, but I don't. Okay, there we go. I think it's fine now. I didn't catch what you said then because it started like glitching out because of my internet.
I don't
But
remember.
that's the story of Cleopatra, and I think what she teaches us is to really live in that abundant mindset of like giving. I think like it's the thing that it feels hard to do. It's like, how do I give freely of my in an abundant way? How am I generous and open-hearted with my love, my energy, my resources, but also have really good boundaries? I think that's
Yeah.
Cleopatra's like if we're gonna embody her, it's like, how can I be so open and abundant and free while also having very strong boundaries, because those things can coexist, but sometimes it feels like it's one or the other. Like a
Yes.
boundary is a wall to protect me and hide behind, but she was able to like live very openly and give very openly, but also have really strong boundaries and stand in like her power and like who the fuck she was, which is all of us. We all are that.
Yeah. Yeah. And just like knowing how powerful, we talk about this a lot, but like knowing how powerful your energy can be, like your energy
Yeah,
alone,
yeah.
just
Mhm.
that is a really big lesson from her, I think. It's just like it doesn't matter. Sorry, I started saying it doesn't matter what you look like, and then the song from Princess and the Frog got stuck in my head. Um, have you seen it? You know Mama
A
Odie's
long
song?
time,
And
so
she's like,
long
doesn't
ago.
matter what you look like.
And that's what Cleopatra teaches us.
Exactly. Um, but oh, I can hear myself. But yeah, just like how powerful energy is just to
Hmm.
in so many ways. Obviously, you know, you're not, well, maybe you are, but most of us aren't trying to like conquer other people. But
Conquer
like
the world, baby.
yeah, yeah, just like in general. And
Hmm.
also like I think knowing, especially as women, that you know, obviously we're working on changing the story, but
Hmm.
as women, when we want power, when we're working towards power, we're always going to be misconstrued as seductresses, or
Yeah.
we're always going to be discredited in some way. But
Hmm.
if you look at Cleopatra, she was like, fucking say whatever you want about me. Like,
She's
I'm
like,
gonna
that's
do
fine.
me. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, she was, we're talking about her thousands of years
Still.
later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think too, I feel like all these women we study all like lead into each other, but
Yeah.
like the same thing was said about Marilyn Monroe, where it was like it's not that she of course she is very beautiful, but it wasn't that she was an exceptional beauty.
Yeah.
It was that she knew how to turn her energy on. And there's like the famous
Hmm.
story of her with walking down the street with a friend and being like, um, you know, I can turn it on. Nobody's looking at me now because I turned it off, like it off. But I
Yeah.
can turn it on and everyone will start realizing I'm Marilyn Monroe. And so she was like, did it. And everyone was like, so she knew how to turn it off and on. Like the like,
Yes.
okay, now I want to be
Like a
magnetic. I
tap.
want everyone to
Yeah.
see me. Yeah. And I have practiced with that. I do it a lot actually, where I'll like kind of imagine like it's I imagine like a glow from the heart center and expanding my energy out. And like when I was traveling, I would do that all the time where I'd be like, today is a day like I want to make a friend and I want to have someone to like get lunch with or whatever. So I'm just gonna turn on my energy because I'm not comfortable approaching people. And like the vast majority of the time I did that, I would make a friend and I would
Hmm.
have somebody to hang out with, and it became perfectly true. So it's so fun to play with energy like that. So to study like Cleopatra and Marilyn Monroe and like Elizabeth Taylor that played Cleopatra too.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's really fun to like study, do deity work, study famous historical
Women.
women, and it's like what piece of them do I want to play with and learn how to bring out of myself
Yes.
and use that to manifest, to feel more free. Um, Cleopatra ruled Egypt, and we want to rule our own lives and feel like we
Hmm.
are in charge and in power and free. So, um, yeah, it's all energy,
Yeah.
baby.
It is all energy. On that note, too, I mean, I'm literally 5 pages in, but I just started reading. Megan Watterson has a new book out. She's the
Mm,
one that wrote the Mary Magdalene
hmm.
Revealed book that Sadie and I referenced a lot.
Yeah.
But she has a new book on Thecla,
Oh.
and very, very short summary about Thecla. I'm so excited to read more about her because essentially she was like, I think she was like 14 or something like that. Like she was like really young and was like set to be married, heard somebody talking about the teachings of Jesus and was like, I like that story better.
Mm.
Left her whole home. And then the man, the whole thing is called like the Acts of Paul and Thecla. That's like her story. And Paul kept telling her, no, no, like, you're not ready to be baptized yet. And then she was like, fuck you, baptized
I
herself
remember this
and then
story.
tamed
Hmm.
a fucking lion. Like that's.
Yeah.
So if you want
And
to
that's
read
on not
about,
needing a man.
that's on not needing a man. And
They
if you
get to
want
be
to
in our
learn
life
more
to
about,
add to
like,
it in fun and great ways, but we don't need them.
no, we do not need them. Mom, I am
We
a
can
rich man.
baptize ourselves.
It's my
Yes.
favorite
Oh,
share
Cher is a
quote.
great. I've been listening to her autobiography. That's another great woman to
So
study,
good.
and
Yeah.
her
So
energy and
those
just
are two.
inspiring how little she came from and how much success she had. Someone to study when you feel like
Same with
resentful
Dolly
or
Parton.
yeah, or like, oh, well, they had a step ahead, or well, someone like me can't do something like that. There's so like that's whenever I, get a little victim mindset or like someone like me, I'm like, nope, I gotta go study one of these, remind myself of these stories because that could be any one of us,
Mhm.
truly. So yeah, Dolly Parton's a great one too.
Yeah.
So many women to study, and
Yeah.
that's why I love it. Oh my gosh. Cleopatra, everybody. Clap for Cleopatra. Yay! Great job.
My first grade teacher used to say a round of
A
applause, and she would
round of
clap her hands in a
applause.
circle.
I love that. Well, we are signing off for the time being. So,
Yeah.
like we said, make sure to follow Pam and I. I am Sadie Olson on Instagram, TikTok, Magic with Sadie on YouTube. We'll let you guys know. At some point, we'll do something fun together. And Pam, where can we find you?
I am Velvet Snake Oracle on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm gonna start doing more stuff on YouTube. Now that I'm home, I did like my big. Oh my God, I guess I could have included that in my silly goofy time about my tilt table test,
Oh
passing
my
out for
God,
the first
yeah.
time. Terrible. 0 out of 10. But now that all of my like big testing is done, and anyway, so Velvet Snake Oracle, that's where you could find me on everything.
Yay! So stay in touch. Also, we'll still, Giggly Witches, we're on Instagram and stuff. So if you want to send us a
Hmm.
DM there, we'll be there. We'll be reading it. But thank you to everyone who listens. And this has been so fun and we're so grateful. So don't be strangers. Send us a
Yes.
DM, keep in touch. And Stay giggly, witches.
Stay giggly always.
All right, bye.
Bye.